Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sarina Angelina Aurelia with name 2024-32074. I'm from class P in Faculty of Telematic Energy. Today I will present about the result of a statistical analysis. This presentation will cover three main parts. One, whether the new method increases study time beyond the institutional standard. Two, there's a significant improvement in scores after training. Three, a comparison between two different learning methods to see which one performs better. Before we get into the result and calculation, I'll begin with a short explanation of the key statistical concepts used in this study, such as mean, standard, deviation, t-test, and p-value. Okay, first, mean. The mean is simply the average value from a group of numbers. It helps us to understand the overall level of our performance or something, like how many hours students study on average. Two, standard deviation. Standard deviation standard deviations show how spread out the data is. If the standard deviation is low, it means most of the numbers are close to the average. If it's high, the numbers are more spread out. It helps us understand how consistent the data is. 3. Hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is a method of making decision using data. We start with a null hypothesis, which usually says there is no change or difference. Using statistical tools like the t-test, we check if our sample data provides enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. P-value tell us how strong the evidence is against the null hypothesis. If the p-value is less than 0.005, we usually say the result is statistically significant and we reject the null hypothesis. And if it's greater than 0.05, we do not reject the null hypothesis. Okay. 5. Types of t-tests. There are two common types of t-tests used in this task. One sample t-test to compare one group mean to a known value, like comparing study duration to the standard 5 hours. Tiered t-test and independent t-test. 6. Box plot. A box plot is a type of graph that show the distribution of data. It displays the median, spread, and any outliers. It's a useful visual tool to compare different groups quickly. Okay, now I will present with the step-by-step process of the task. Okay, now I will explanation about step-by-step hypothesis testing in RStudio. First, I import the hypothesis testing dataset to RStudio. Then I calculate the basic descriptive statistic, which is the mean. Okay, this is the output. Second, I calculate the standard deviation. The code I wrote produced an output showing a standard deviation of approximately. Okay, this is the picture. Third, I calculate the sample size and the standard error. Okay, this is the picture. Fourth, I manually calculate the t-statistic. This value is then compared to the t-table. Okay, this is the picture. Fifth, I performed the t-test using the t-test function in R. This is the function I use. Okay, this is the picture. Okay, this is the overall result of the step I have taken. This is the picture. 2. Hypothesis testing, paired simple t-test. To determine whether there is a statistically significant improvement in student scores, a paired t-test was conducted. The test is appropriate when two sets of data are collected from the same individuals but under two different conditions. In this case, before and after the treatment on intervention. Okay, this is the code of t-test. Okay, 3. Comparing method A and method B. To determine whether there is a significant difference between the two learning methods, I conducted two tailored hypothesis tests. Since method A and method B are employed two different groups of students, I used an independent t-test, also called unpaired t-test, where the samples are unrelated. Okay, this is the picture. Okay, if the p-value is higher, we do not reject the null hypothesis and conclude that any difference found might be due to random change. Okay, maybe it's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.